I'm Joe Reed, and this is Behind the Mic with AudioFile magazine. Michele Cobb is with me. Her theme, books by women, and we've had a memoir, we've had a children's story, we've had Ann Tyler, who's written 25 books. So how are we ending this week with you?
This is more in the thriller vein,
Oh,
suspense,
yay.
not purely that, but this is a hard one to talk about in many ways because I don't want to give much away. But it is The Strange Case of Jane O by Karen Thompson Walker, read by J. Myers and Alex Sarrigeorgiou. And it's an Earphones winner.
And I talked about this with Laura on her Earphones Roundup episode. This was one she talks about a book that she had listened to, an Earphones winner that she's listening to, and then the one that she's looking forward to listening to next. And this was the one she was listening to. And honestly, I felt like she didn't even want to talk to me about it because she just wanted to go back to listening.
Yeah, yes. And it is hard to say too much about this because there is so much going on and you want to just get in there and sit with the audio and not know too many things, I found.
Well, give us a little bit of the premise for people who might have missed that episode with Laura.
Okay, so Jane O is a single mother. She begins experiencing a series of unsettling episodes: amnesia, premonitions, hallucinations of a dead young man from her past. And she has this sense of impending dread. So this leads her to visit with Dr. Henry Byrd, who is both intrigued and perplexed by her case. And it turns out that she goes missing for a day. And though she had barely interacted with the doctor before, she refers to him as her doctor when she reappears after being missing, and she recalls nothing of the missing time, which is super odd for her because she has hyperthymesia. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right, which is an excessive accurate memory for dates, places, and events. So to remember nothing is bizarre for her.
For those 24 hours in which she was missing.
Yes. I mean, I'm not going to give too much more of the plot away. I will say that there are two narrators that represent the alternating perspectives. And I will say, because it's in that thriller vein, not everything that they are telling us might be reliable, right? But the
Aha.
performers themselves are extremely reliable. So Jay Myers reads the doctor, and he's got that clinical observation with a lot of detachment and also incredulity. He finds the balance there. And Alex Sarrigeorgiou reads Jane's account, but those are more often in the form of letters to her son. And her narration has a lot more emotion than the doctor, and of course, a bit of confusion. And it all gets very thrilling and twisty, and I won't say more other than that the narration helps build that suspense.
Well, we're going to hear an excerpt. So, two things. One, who will we hear from? And two, do you need to set it up?
We're just going to meet the doctor.
So, this is The Strange Case of Jane O by Karen Thompson Walker, read by Jay Myers and Alex Sarrigeorgiou. And we're going to be hearing from Jay Myers.
Jane O came to my office for the first time in the spring of that year. She was 38 years old. Her medical history contained nothing unusual. This was her first visit, she said, to a psychiatrist. She spoke softly, as if concerned about being overheard. She did not remove her coat. She didn't say why she had come, and she had left much of her paperwork blank. But a silence can be useful. I have learned to let one bloom. And so, we sat for a while, without speaking, in my small office on West 96th Street, while the city thrummed around us. Jane sat very still on the couch. She kept her arms crossed. Minutes passed.
Well, he's certainly letting silence work in that excerpt too. I
Yes,
mean,
indeed.
it's a lovely reflection of his performance reflecting what he's reading, and I really mean that as a compliment. I think it's really hard to just let those words rest and before you move on.
Yes.
I know this is a really unfair question, but was there a narrator you preferred, or you just really loved them both?
I really love them both because they had very different things to accomplish, and they both accomplished those things well.
And got an Earphones Award, so hooray for both of them.
Exactly.
That is The Strange Case of Jane O. by Karen Thompson Walker, read by J. Myers and Alex Sarrigeorgiou. Well, thank you so much. What a week.
What a week. Yes. Me and all the ladies.
You and all the ladies, and me too. And I just want to remind folks again, tomorrow it's a bonus edition of Behind the Mic. We are revisiting my 2018 interview with Mary Rose Wood, who is a YA middle grade author of many terrific books, including The Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place, and most recently, Bad Badger, a love story, which won an Earphones Award as well. And it's performed by Chris Devon. So that's tomorrow. And Michele, I will talk to you next month.
Hard to believe we are cascading through 2025 at a breakneck pace
Yeah, we
here.
are. And cascading is exactly the right word. Support for Behind the Mic comes from Dreamscape, an award-winning audiobook publisher with a catalog that includes authors Frida McFadden and Katie Robert. Discover your next great listen at Dreamscape Publishing. And follow Behind the Mic wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a rating. It really does help people to find us. I'm Jo Reed. I'll talk to you tomorrow.